This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.
It's fine if you've never heard of the Stretchers. No one really did before the game launched on November 8th. This is a Nintendo-made, co-op-focused game that was created in tandem with the Swedish developer Tarsier Studios, who you might know as the developers of Little Nightmares, though their prior experience with the LittleBigPlanet series might be more applicable to this goofy game. The game was announced on the same day it came out, coming out of nowhere during a busy holiday season for the Nintendo Switch. The question comes to light here: should you buy the Stretchers? First off, you absolutely should pay attention to this game if you have even a passing interest in co-op gameplay, because it's a really sharp and goofy game that heavily evokes Overcooked and Snipperclips. Snipperclips is an apt comparison because the Nintendo developers involved pretty much unanimously have ties to that Switch launch title, which was also a project made in tandem with a European developer. In Snipperclips' case, SFB Games, who recently put out the soundly excellent Tangle Tower on Switch. Here's a quick hit on that one. Should you buy Tangle Tower? Yes! But back to the Stretchers. The basic gameplay involves driving around in an ambulance across a nonsense, physics-based wonderland with a pair of paramedics. The world map is big enough to have a scope, but small enough to not be an impediment. Primarily, you drive to points on the map that trigger missions. The main missions are all focused around maneuvering the two medics to carry dizzy civilians to the ambulance, and then drive them to the hospital where they are shoved through the de-dizzler. That's the actual in-game name for the device in which the characters get de-dizzied, and then they're made not dizzy when they go through the de-dizzler. Easier said than done, though, as in single player, which is how I predominantly played, each medic is ostensibly tied to a Joy-Con. Don't worry, you can use the Pro Controller if you really want to. They move separately, and to complete any task you have to clumsily move the two medics together. I'm built of special stuff that made me weirdly enjoy the Overcooked solo experience, so single-player Stretchers is absolutely my jam. For another point of comparison, NWR contributor Tyler Treese pointed out that it kind of played like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, just without the emotional story. It's a hilarious and goofy thing that occasionally tried my patience, but never in a way that made me want to stop playing. The missions are easy to replay, generally sneaking in some secrets and optional challenges. But there's the rub: you can flop and flail around all you want. The only barrier to progression is getting those dizzy folks de-dizzied. Take all the time in the world, mess up as much as you want. There are achievements, represented in a cute sticker book, that you can strive that add some fluff to the basic flow, but these Stretchers emphasizes silliness over mastery. I think it's ultimately a very smart move. In co-op, it's arguably even harder to organize the pair of medics, but it's also a lot funnier. In addition to having to control the actual people in tandem, when you're in the ambulance, basic controls are managed by the driver, while the passenger can deploy boosts and other flourishes. The time in the ambulance gave me flashes of affordable space adventures, though never to the level of intricacy of that Wii U gem. So circling back to the original question posed at the start of the video, should you buy the Stretchers? The short answer is yes. It's a charming as heck game that represents a style, especially from Nintendo, I hope to see more of. The longer answer is if you're a fan of Overcooked and Snipperclips and other games that evoke a playful and sometimes maddening co-op experience, the Stretchers is a more than respectable addition to that burgeoning frantic co-op genre. Unless you're a weirdo like me who loves Overcooked and single player, the Stretchers might not be something for solo players, but if you have a person to share the joy with, the Stretchers is dynamite. If you want more information about the game, be sure to check out Don Koopman's review of the game. It's written in text on NintendoWorldReport.com. Go check that out. He had favorable things to say about it, and so do I. That makes two people that like the Stretchers. We could play the game in co-op together, because it's a fun game in co-op. But as I said in this video, played a lot of it in single player, and it was a dang good time. I give the Stretchers 2 co-op Joy-Con thumbs up. It's very fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.
This video is made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.